What's up, YouTubes? In this video, I'm going to show you how to build this ridiculously luxurious grill table with your own bare hands. Because really, don't you deserve to be pampered? Well, come with me then on this epic quest to make your champagne wishes and caviar dreams come true. What's up, everybody? Okay, before we even get started too far into this video, I just want to let you know that some of the audio came out really bad, so I'm going to talk over some pieces of it because it's a pretty cool project and I want to show y'all how I put it together. A couple of years back, my wife got rid of my gas grill. Worked perfectly fine. I'm not sure why she got rid of it, but just to show her, I went ahead and decided to get a charcoal grill to replace it. So what I ended up doing was buying this Weber Kettle grill, which is a great grill right out of the box, but one bad thing about it is it does not have a side table. So when you come out to grill something, you got to set your plates and whatever on the ground like some kind of animal. Now Weber does sell a kettle grill with a side table, but it's about twice as much money, and it's not a very practical side table. Doesn't look that great, and it doesn't give you a whole lot of side table rooms. So I really needed to build some kind of countertop for this new grill, and I had access to some granite that had been salvaged from a remodel project a few years back. The problem with this granite was that it was in three pieces, and one of the pieces was shaped kind of oddly, as you can see in this drawing here. So I did a plan on how this countertop, table, whatever you want to call it, would come together. Here's the spot that I want to put it. It's basically a 5'4" long wall that I want to put it on. Two of the pieces of granite look like they were already salvaged from an L-shaped counter, so that's what I decided to do here too. And then I had to figure out a way to cut that last odd shaped piece so that it would finish out the counter to that outside corner, and this is the cut pattern that I came up with. For the legs of the top, I wanted to use some old Chicago brick that I had left over from another project and use some 1x and 2x4s for the frame and ledger boards and just stain those. When I got the legs, frame, and top installed, I'd come back and cut a hole in the granite top and just drop the kettle right into that opening. My kitchen counter is right here, which is 35 inches. I'm figuring that get my grill top 38 inches. And then I'll come down to 6 inches from that, which is 32 inches for my countertop, which I think is workable. And then that countertop is 1.25 inches thick. So I'm going to mark this. This will be the top. This will be the top of the 2x4 that's going to support it, the ledger. Right, so the next thing we got to do is measure for the 2x4. 64.25. This 2x4 is 29 3/8. One of these we got to take 1.5 inches off, so write it right on the wood. 60 1/2, 29 3/8. And let's get to cutting. Gonna mark where my holes are going to be in the wall. Now it's a little loose. Drill another one. Too. Hell. swear nothing's easy. Drilled 2 new holes so that drill new tap cons. I don't know why those aren't going in very well. Did it without the hammer that time. Hopefully that will make the hole a little bit better. All right, I ran it most of the way in with the screw gun. I'm going to do the final torquing down with a hand tool. Maybe I'm just overdoing it with the screw gun. You can drill through block okay without the hammer, but if you get into regular concrete, which is a lot stronger than block, it's going to be tough. So finished up with the frame itself, and you can see here what it looks like. These legs that I've got here are just temporary supports. The permanent supports are going to be made out of old Chicago brick, and I guess I didn't really think this through much because I probably should have laid the bricks for the post before I did the frame, but I didn't do that. So, but I did want to show you, I put a little bit of just a half bubble of a slope on this away from the wall, just to make sure that any rainwater that does get on the top will have a tendency to kind of shed towards the front of the top instead of the back. So, and then the other thing, this one's fairly solid, but I'm going to back this up with a pressure treated 2x4. I got my pilot holes drilled for my little millwork. They got this real small head. They're made for millwork. They'll leave a small exposed head, which I can putty up. This is a cedar, by the way. I think I'm going to stain that up kind of a dark color. I'm not sure yet, but it's got a square bit, which works a lot better for screwing than a Phillips head, I think. All right, so I'm all set up here, ready to lay some brick. I went ahead and drilled in a tap con that will go right where the mortar joint's going to be, just to give it some lateral stability, so you know, if it gets hit by something at the bottom, it doesn't kick out. It's got a mechanical attachment. I did that to both posts that I'm going to lay block up, and then I strung a plumb line here that's about 3/4 of an inch off, and I got a block to kind of keep me in line. So I got my mortar board set up right here, so I'm ready to lay some brick. Pack that all in there. There we go. here's what she looks like, all stained up. Looks pretty good. I'm going to use my jigsaw and carve a little section of this wood out and the wood in the back, so that I've got, gives me a little more room just to try to get the wood a little bit further away from where the kettle's going to be. I have to do this one by hand because I can't get the angle there. I'm going to use a wood chisel for this back one. This first top on, test fitting it right now. So, got to do a little cutting on this other piece.
Dad, can I set this on top of here?
No.
Why? Dad, I'm not, I'm gonna smash my fingers. Dad.
No, you're not.
Yes, I will. I need to get on this side. I need both my hands on this side.
Okay, just lift up.
Okay? Because...
There.
Okay. Oh!
There you go. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and make a template out of some cardboard for the cutout, for the round cutout for the grill. Alright, let's cut out a rough cut first. Pretty good. Alright, just to make double dog sure this is going to work, I'm going to put this in the actual grill, because I'm assuming the grill is round. I think it's round, but it looks like it is. Put some tape down on top of the granite, because when I cut, that'll kind of help it keep it from spalling. This being a round cut is going to be kind of tough to do anyway. 3 foot that way, and 11 and 13/16 this way. Put on a mask for this because this is going to get dusty. Oh, it's a little tougher than the brick. I ran up to Harbor Freight and got a diamond cutoff blade. Let's see if that works any better. Works a lot better. That does not cut all the way through it, you can see. I got a couple buckets with a piece of plywood down here about an inch below here to try to catch this. So let's see. Granite's tough. Whew. Let's try something else. I'm going to take this hammer drill and drill some holes various locations around it. Maybe that'll give it a place to crack around here. Tell you what, this granite's tough on hammer drill bits too. tore that bit up. See if that did anything. All right, I cut into it, cut the max depth I can get. See if this... Oh. Everything but that broke. Nice. I gotta fix this. Excellent. My camera ran out of battery, so not before I broke this top, but I got it fixed. So you can kind of see it. Had to put in another support here to support that edge. Oh, and I forgot to mention, as I was trying to fix this piece, which is now two pieces, was one piece, but it dropped off the corner right on my toe and hurt like crazy. It's probably broken. So for safety, either plan on not dropping your granite or plan on wearing some steel-toed flip-flops. I use this Loctite Pro Line 8 times stronger fast grab. It seems like it worked pretty good to hold everything in place. I don't know how heat resistant it is. I'm gonna fill these gaps with some grout though at the end of this. One thing that I will tell you about this, and I think the reason that it broke on me was when I cut, I leaned in and tried to push it through and something had to give away. I think if you're going to end up cutting something out, you probably should lean it out a little bit, if anything, if you're going to push it in this direction, because even though that's counterintuitive of how the grill's going to sit, you can always grind this out a little bit and get your taper back, your inward taper. But when you cut, you want to cut that direction. So that was my problem. Round this side off a little bit. Not a great fit, is it? Put our pieces back in. See how they fit. It's still off just a little bit. There's a little bit of a elevation difference here, so I think what I'm gonna do is put a little shim right there, and then I'll probably put a little shim back here just to try to make that a little more of a smooth transition. Just enough to stick it. Ran a little glue on the edge of the next piece to get them kind of together. It's pretty smooth. I like it. I'm going to test fit the grill. I'm going to go ahead and take the legs off, which I kind of forget how they went together, but I think I got to take these wheels off first. Now comes the moment of truth. See how this thing sits in here? That works. Pretty tight back here though. I'm gonna have to do a little more grinding. It's hitting right there. I'm gonna grind it mostly on this side because I want it to kind of pull forward a little bit because there's not much room back here. A little bit better. Getting right here though. I've been doing a lot of grinding on this front of it. Started out with about 3/4 of an inch and now I'm probably 7/8 of an inch. I'd like to get at least an inch away from this wall. And I might end up having to put a piece of stainless steel or something here to kind of protect the wall a little bit from the heat. Outside edge is 1 3/16, 1 1/8 maybe with the top on. There we go. Not too bad. The last thing we've got to do is grout our joints. And I got this grout. Typically you use sanded grout for larger joints and you use non-sanded grout for small joints, and I've got a combination of both. I've got some fairly large joints here and of course this way back here to fill in, and I've got some small joints too. So I got this, which isn't very big at all. This says it'll go to 1/16. We'll see how it works, and it doesn't say whether it's sanded or not sanded, but it looks like it's got some aggregate in it. So problem is with the sanded and the small joints is the aggregate keeps it from going very deep into the joint. Alright, I got everything filled in pretty good. Wipe the excess off with a wet sponge. This is a grout sponge. It's got a little bit rougher side. Get it all cleaned off. So there it is, a nice granite grill table for a Weber 22-inch charcoal kettle grill. Thanks for watching.